But then they say, he's able to deliver us. We serve God, and the God that we serve, listen, this blessed me so much, is able. Is able. He's not limited by anything. And guys, as you come into a new year, listen, we're going to be confronted with things in our lives personally, challenges that we're going to face, furnaces that we're going to come up against, where we're going to have to respond with, I don't know what the outcome is, but God is able. That's what I know. I just know God is able. I'm not able. I'm weak. I'm inadequate. I don't have what it takes, but I'm not going to apply that to God because he is omnipotent. Nothing is too hard for God. This is the part that gets me right here. Because in the very next verse, this is profound. Do not miss this. Because in verse 18, they say these three words, but if not. I read that and think, but if not? Wait a second. God's able to deliver us. He can deliver us. But if not? When it comes to a fiery trial, when it comes to a test to our faith, or it comes to a diagnosis, we say, Lord, really? I mean, I'm faithfully serving you. You know, I love you. How? And it's really hard to say, but if not. God, I know you could heal. God, I know you could provide. God, I know you could bring them back. God, I know you could reconcile this thing. Lord, I know you could provide. I know all of this about you, that you are not limited. But if not, a story not that long ago in the 1870s of a man whom you may have heard of. His name was Horatio Spafford. He was a successful Chicago lawyer. He was a close friend of the evangelist Dwight L. Moody. And Spafford had invested heavily in real estate, but the Chicago fire of 1871 wiped out all of his holdings. Not long after that, his son died in a disaster. D.L. Moody preaches in London. Spafford was closely associated with him in music ministry, and Spafford and his family desperately needed time away to rest. And so, in 1873, he planned to take a trip to Europe with his wife and his 4 daughters. And while in Great Britain, he also hoped to help Moody and Sankey, who worked together on their evangelistic tour. Last-minute business caused Spafford to delay his departure, and so he sent his wife and his 4 daughters on the SS Villa du Havre as scheduled, promising just to follow them in a few days. He'd be right behind them. On November 22nd, the ship was struck by the English ship, another English ship called the Loch Earn, and it sank in 12 minutes. Several days later, the survivors landed at Cardiff in Wales, and Mrs. Spafford cabled her husband the brief message, "Saved alone." And when Horatio Spafford then had to make that same ocean crossing to meet his grieving wife, he sailed near the place where his 4 daughters had sunk to the depths of the ocean. And in the midst of his sorrow, he wrote these unforgettable words that have brought solace to so many in grief. Listen. When peace, like a river, attendeth my way, when sorrows, like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, that has taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control, that Christ hath regarded my helpless estate and hath shed his own blood for my soul. But if not, it's still well with my soul. He knew that he would see them again, that he would be reunited with them. That's where Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are at this moment. And maybe for some, that's what you need. That's the place you need to come to. You've been praying about this. You've been asking God about it. And just you have to come to this place where, Lord, this is what I'm asking you. But if not, I trust you. I know you. I know that you love me. I know that all things work together for good. And so I just surrender my will to you. And I say, have your way with me, God. Do with my life what you want in the way that you want.